When I started producing, I found it so hard to start selling beats online. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 ways that I use to sell my beats online. Step number 1 is using social media. Social media is so powerful in this day and age. You can connect with producers across the world. So what I did at the start was opened up an Instagram account, put up a couple posts, and started adding like as many producers as I can. This is where you can start working with producers and then basically with their network be able to sell beats through them. If you're sending loops to them and they're making beats on it, they're going to be sending it to their artists. So imagine at the start you have no links to any artist. That's the quickest step to start 1, getting placements, and 2, earning money off that. And this kind of brings me on to step number 2, and that's networking with artists. So what I did at the start mainly was use TikTok. Scroll through TikTok, found people that are really sick, but haven't got a lot of followers. Because the chances of the people with a lot of followers hitting you back is very small. Because they've probably got their team and their producers and they'll just stick with them. So if you start working with the more independent artists, the ones that are maybe getting 200 views on TikTok, you can basically build a brand with someone. I did this with the likes of Zeno. Like for instance, when I started working with him, he didn't have that many views or that many listeners. And I became his main producer, main engineer, and now we've got millions and millions of streams together. And that's just the power of TikTok. I hit Zeno off a TikTok that he posted, said you're hard. Then we got in the studio and started working. So that, it's kind of putting your trust in the independent artist. Obviously, after a while, you build yourself up in the world and you then start working with more the major people. You can start throwing out that DM to another bigger artist and then they might get back to you. Moving on to step number 3. Step number 3 is making a BeatStars account. And man, honestly, I couldn't recommend this anymore. I did this at the start and the people over at BeatStars are incredible. There's a guy called Producer Whisperer and you can message him at any time and he'll get back to you with advice. Like anything you ask, he'll hit you back with. But the team over at BeatStars, they're brilliant. BeatStars is a website that you basically upload your beats and you can make the contracts through BeatStars. So the admin's pretty much done for you, because at the start I was scared when, artists hit me back, cool, I'll buy the beat, but let's send over the contract. I didn't know what to do, but BeatStars has it all covered. You basically can customize them as much as you want. Yeah, when they buy the beat, it sends over a contract. So yeah, BeatStars, big up to you guys, because that is the most powerful thing you need in this industry. So I'll leave a link in the description to BeatStars because man, if I didn't have BeatStars, I actually wouldn't know what to do. Right, step number 4 is creating loops. This kind of links me back to step number 1. So when you're making loops, after you've made the loop, you can send it out to producers for them to add drums for them to send it to their artists. But with these loops is you can break it down into a thing called a starter. And what you can do with a starter is then send it to other producers, mainly more like loop makers, and they can make it in loops and send it to their producers. See, it is like if you send the loop to a producer for them to add drums, they're sending it to their artists. But with loops, if there's a loop maker who's a different level to you and maybe getting cuts with Rod Wave, if you send Rod Wave starters, they'll send it off to the people that they're getting the Rod Wave cuts with. So yeah, loops are a brilliant thing because you can get 2 things out of one, a loop and a starter, and you can send it off to loads of people. Step number 5 is a bit different and it's something that just completely worked for me. How I was selling beats 95% of the time, maybe 2 years ago, it was through studio sessions. So if you've ever fancied becoming an engineer, I highly recommend it because 9 times out of 10, the artist will come to the studio, record their song and then go, damn, let's record another one, but I ain't got any beats. I've got thousands and they start using mine. The best thing about it is 1, the song they make, they might release, so that's a beat sale. And 2, if they rated your beat there and then to use it, 9 times out of 10, they're going to hit you up again for more beats. So that can come into more sales. And also now, I don't engineer as much, they're always hitting me up for beats. So if I wasn't an engineer, I wouldn't have that network to artists. And that is via small artists and big artists. Some of the artists that I work with now that are the big people have just seen the work that I've done with the more independent artists. So yeah, selling beats at the start is very hard, but honestly, once you get the ball moving, it becomes easier and easier, and you can build a business very quickly with social media. So if you haven't started that Instagram account, start it up, and definitely make sure you start up a BeatStars account because it will change your life and make selling beats 10 times easier. Right guys, I hope this video has been useful. You said you liked the sit down content before, so I thought I'd hit you back up with another one. And this is, you know, there's some sauce in this video. This is literally how I make my money as a producer. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.